Everyone must go. The road up the mountain today is quite tricky. Here, vehicles can easily get stuck in the sand and rocks because the soil is too loose, preventing movement. Despite multiple attempts, the tractor can't be driven back, but the log transport path is right here, leaving no other route. Now, the tractor is fully stuck, making log transport quite challenging to avoid delaying the logging. Kobayashi initially took the necessary tools down and then hiked up the mountain. The tree in front is the logging target for today. To sell it for a higher price, Kobayashi needs to excavate around the roots. However, there are numerous stones present, making the task quite tricky. Although the log is large, the soil and stones surrounding the roots are a significant hassle. Nevertheless, with log prices being high, it's worth Kobayashi's effort. After more than an hour of digging, he exposed the roots, allowing Shannon to begin cutting with the chainsaw.
Due to the significantly considerable thickness at the foundational base of this specific log,
so cutting it is relatively more difficult. Fortunately, Xiaoling has experience in this area, so it becomes a bit easier for him. Some areas that can't be cut need to be cleaned with dirt. You can see Xiaoling is working quite hard. After half a day, the log still hasn't moved. To prevent the log from falling in the wrong direction, Xiaoling plans to use a rope to fix its direction, especially since there are other facilities around. He needs to make the log fall in the direction he wants. After that, he can use the rope to attach it to the tractor and pull it out of the mud. Once the rope is secured, Xiaoling starts the tractor, and it slowly begins to pull out. At this point, Xiaoling needs to adjust the direction. Xiaoling plans to let the log fall toward the riverbank. After the tractor pulls it, he can move in the desired direction and secure the rope. Xiaoling resumes cutting the log, adjusting the vehicle's direction while doing so. He then operates the towing mechanism, and soon the vehicle comes down successfully. As Xiaoling heads to the shore, he continues cutting the log. Seeing this makes me hungry. I just want to rush out for a big meal. When I go out for a buffet, I rely on Meituan group buying. For less than 100 yen, I can enjoy a beef and seafood buffet. I truly recommend Meituan group buying. It's really affordable. Since the pledged part of the log can't be used, cutting it first makes transport easier. You can see that most branches of this log can't be used, so Xiaoling needs to carefully break them down. After Xiaoling cut down those branches, he walked back to the tractor. You can see that the log is still very long, so loading it has become a challenge for Xiaoling, especially since the tractor can easily get stuck in the muddy area here. After getting the tractor out, Xiaoling started to back it up and then accelerated towards the hill. Fortunately, with Xiaoling's efforts, the vehicle finally made it onto the shore, making it easier to handle the log. To avoid a similar situation as before, Xiaoling needs to install anti-skid chains on the vehicle, which will give it better traction. Talking about the logs, it's easier now. With anti-skid chains on, Xiaoling drove up and climbing the slope is much smoother. The slope is still slippery, and without the chains, the tractor would struggle to reach the spot. Now, Xiaoying decided to drag the logs to the camp, making loading simpler later. You can see the logs getting closer to the tractor, and the next step is figuring out how to load them. Even here, the road is very slippery. Xiaoling is still considering dragging the logs further back, and only if there's no other way, she thinks about cutting them. After all, longer logs mean a higher price, but sometimes transport is tough. So it can only be cut in the middle. This makes dragging the log much easier.
As the logs were meticulously connected one after another in a sequential and methodical manner.
The third log was carefully dragged into the water. Xiaolin subsequently maneuvered the vehicle around to load it onto the truck. This particular log transport trip thoroughly exhausted Xiaolin, with numerous steps making it quite challenging. In the middle of the river, he had to lift the tractor upright and devise a method to load the logs onto the truck, utilizing the water's buoyancy to assist in pushing them on. This loading method is simpler. After Xiaolin's efforts, the logs are nearly loaded onto the truck. Next, start the vehicle and get ready to drive back. After a morning of work, the materials are finally transported back.